My dad and I have an awesome collection of tractor repair manuals, and we've picked some of our very favorite manuals, the ones that we reference most often, and we have them available as a licensed reprint of the original manual. And I want to show you what some of these are, because if you look at our website, you'll see all these manuals and you'll say, oh, how do I pick which one I need? So we want to show you which one you need. So first we'll talk about operator's manuals. This is important if you just bought the tractor and you say, what does that little lever underneath the seat on my Ford tractor do?
Or how much oil should I put in, or where does it go?
Where do I grease this tractor?
Oh, right.
Just general operation is really helpful. So we have those. This is the 9N 2N manual. Then we have this for the 8N, the NAA or Jubilee, and then all of these are little variations of the 600, 700, 800, 900, and 01 series tractors. This is for the 3-cylinder Ford models, and then all the way up into the 3600, 4600 series there. So that's an operator's manual, which you might find really helpful.
Yeah, look how thick these are. It even goes into how much the tractor weighs with fluid in the tires. Sometimes that's good to know when you're trying to haul the tractor and you wonder, how heavy is my tractor?
Yeah.
So lots of good information for the general information on your tractor just to start out.
Yep. Next we have a parts catalog. So this is helpful. Let's say you take the tractor apart and you've got everything laid out and you say, oh no, I don't remember what order everything went back together in. Here's the assembly of the hydraulic pump, for example, on these Ford tractors. This would help you get the order straight. Also, if you take a random part off a tractor and you say, I know this part is bad, but I have no clue what it's called or what the part number is.
The name is right
You'd
there.
look in the schematic, you'd get the official name for it, and you'd have the original part number, which is really helpful for when you search to try to find that part. We have people who call and ask for the thingamajig.
Yeah.
We can't help you
help
if you ask for the thingamajig, but if you can say a specific thing, you can get a lot more help finding the part that you need. So this one covers the 8N, 9N, 2N only. This one covers 8N, 9N, 2N along with the NAA. So if you only have an N-series tractor, this will probably be simpler for you because there's not the Jubilee information in there. But if you own both of those, you can get a 2-for-1 by having the NAA included. And then this one includes the NAA along with the 600, 700, 800
And what I found
series.
to be helpful in this book is if you're trying to find a part that's no longer available,
Yes.
which is the case on a Jubilee, if you have the part number, now that opens the world up to search on eBay or somewhere. If you have that part number, makes the job a lot easier.
So next we have some original literature here. Do you want to hold that one and flip through it? So my dad actually has this one framed in his office.
I do.
I think these are just really interesting to look through.
This one here, the reason I have this one framed is it has all the tractors, what they had for wheel weights available for the tractor. And a lot of the tractors had their own unique wheel weights. How the narrow front ends, wide front ends, what attachments they had. Like I said, this one here is one of my favorite pieces of literature.
When I was reading this the other day, it had a name for the pie piece wheel weights.
Yeah.
They're not called pie piece wheel weights.
That's what
They're
we
called
call them.
something else. Where is that? Right here. Very weight system. So
Yeah.
like
Everybody
we learn
calls
stuff
them pie weights.
even by looking through these. So this is the N series, the NAA, and then the 700, 900 series literature. This is just really fun to look through for like history's sake.
And this one we came across just recently, and look how thick this is. This is all the attachments
Well,
that Ford...
not all, but the most common ones.
Most common ones of all the tools they had available for Ford tractors and how they went on the tractor, what they were used for. And some of this stuff, some of the attachments I've never seen. There's some real crazy attachments that Ford had came out with for the Ford tractor. And how they worked. I mean, obviously, they were really thinking out of the box on some of these tools.
You know, and if you were to purchase each of these bulletins individually, that would really add up
It would.
to a lot of money. So this
Yeah.
is a savings. If you're into implements and attachments for your tractor, this is
And it goes
a good
into
way
the
to.
loaders, too. Some of the Ford loaders
Yeah.
had different attachments. Some of the manure spreaders, hay equipment.
Okay, this is just a small, inexpensive book. This is more for history's sake, too. The true story of the Ford tractor with the Ferguson system. Just interesting to look through if that's something that you care to know about.
Now we're getting into the really good books here. This book here was produced in 1955, came out when the 600, 800 series, 900 tractors came out. I have the original one. I have several original copies of this book, and this is the maintenance book. Also has exploded views, how to put stuff together. I still reference this book to this day,
Yeah.
and my copy is very worn.
That book has a really awesome hydraulic flow chart.
Oh, does it
So
ever.
helpful if you're trying to troubleshoot
Yep.
the hydraulics.
Yep.
So this book is fantastic. We do have this supplement to this book. These two things are sold separately, but this just has like additional information. Like in here, there's some further tips about how to remove the needle bearing inside the hydraulic pump. Just little additions that
To this.
you might find helpful.
Yeah.
I would say if you're on a budget, then maybe you could skip this supplement.
Don't skip
but
this
if
one.
and buy this instead. But if you do want some more comprehensive information, this supplement is a great item to add on to the purchase of that book.
INT manuals, we've all heard of these, and we have all the INT
All the different
manuals,
models.
all the different models. INT is just a quick version of that book, kind of condensed. So it's got all the tractor in there, just a little bit quicker, condensed version of it.
I think sometimes the language in an INT manual is a tad bit more technical.
Yes, yeah, I would say so too. Where this book here really breaks it down, makes it really simple.
Yeah, but these are valuable too.
They are.
There are times when the INT manual covers a topic a little bit better than the original shop manual and vice versa. We have a place for both of them.
And the INT manual, if I'm just looking up a quick, I need to know what the valve clearance is on something.
Yes.
The INT manual gets right to that.
Yes.
Where the red book, boy, they got to tell you all about the valves and everything else. So
You're right.
the INT
For specifications, the INT
quick
is a great reference.
Super.
Yep, so here's some other reprints of original service manuals. Like this is the one for the 8N. You can see that it's pretty brief. This is really cool just for nostalgia because it's like the original one. But the 8N INT manual, for example, does, I mean, look how thick and large this is compared.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for lots of information for the 8N, the INT manual might be a slightly better choice.
And then the Jubilee was different in many ways, so they came out with just this one little manual for the Jubilee because there was lots of things different on the Jubilee. The hydraulic system was different, the steering was different, the brakes are only 8-inch instead of 10-inch, the axles were different. This covers all that information.
Yeah, we reference this book a lot too, don't we?
Yeah, just because the Jubilee is a little different.
Yep. This is an original service manual for the 9N and 2N. Same idea, just
Same
a lot
idea.
of good information in it.
This book here, look how thick this one is.
Yeah.
This is on your 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, and it goes into the 5,000 and 7,000 Ford. But this book here, wow, this book here has got all the repair manual stuff for your 1,000 series Ford tractors. We have several copies of this, gas
Yes.
and diesel, so it does cover both tractors. That's why it's so thick. And this book is a must if you own a 1,000 series tractor.
Absolutely. It's invaluable if you're working on one of those. If you are going to do a 12-volt conversion on your tractor, we have instructional booklets for the 8N, 9N, or the 600, 800 series. This has the wiring diagram in it for 12-volt only.
Step by step, makes it real easy to convert your tractor to 12-volt, colored pictures, really great put together book.
Yep, so that's that. This is a little supplement on the Selecto speed transmission.
Oh man, if you have a Selecto speed transmission, you need help. This book here, again, I have an original copy of this. I've read this book. This is really great for adjusting the bands and that kind of stuff. You need to have this if you have a Selecto.
And this one is a little more, this is pretty specific. It's just for hydraulic loader and backhoe applications for some of the newer model tractors. Even though it's very specific, if this is the specific topic you're looking for help on,
This is it.
this is the book you need. It'll be a lifesaver to you. Okay, I saved this one for the end. This is really sweet. So you may or may not know, but back in the day, this Funk Aircraft Company made a V8 conversion for the 8N tractors. This is a reprint of the original brochure for it and some of the schematics that are involved with that. And look at this, looks like typewritten instructions.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was
somebody
back
typed it
then.
out. Right.
Yeah, so this is fun to look through. I don't know that, you're gonna be able to buy this and put together a conversion,
Right.
but it's fun to look through
Cool information.
and see what the history there was for those conversion kits.
That's right.
So all of these books are available on our website, which is farmtractorrepair.com. And you can look through the choices and select one for your tractor. I think that if you own a tractor, You need to have a
need to
manual
have
to accompany it. I mean, we put a lot of information on YouTube, and there is, and that's wonderful, but there is no way in the videos that we produce that we can include all the information that's in these books.
Even when somebody calls for a tech support call, I usually ask them, are you working with a manual? Can you look in the manual with me and reference this particular paragraph? It does really help.
Yep. So again, those books are all available on our website, farmtractorrepair.com.